Hey y'all, it is time to get ready for dinner. It is, I don't know, late morning here on the farm. We're still in harvest here at the farm, and I am trying to be better about getting some meals going when I have just a break. So I got done with the morning chores. I helped the farmer put a part back in the combine, took a quick shower. So now I'm clean and I'm ready to get supper started. And I am using leftovers, and I thought, you know what? This might be a video you all would enjoy too. The other day, let's start out with this. The other day, I had a couple of packages of chicken legs, and I had a bottle of Green Goddess salad dressing that we were not using. And we only ate about half the chicken. I know this looks really weird. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. And I thought, okay, we're not going to want to eat it off the leg again. It's already falling off the bone, and the kids will not dig into it like that. They don't know how to warm that back up. So I thought, what can I do? And I looked on the counter, and I've got a half a bag of basmati rice here, and I thought chicken and rice in the crock pot, and all that juice I saved off of that chicken will give that rice such good flavor. And I thought, I wonder if you all knew you can cook rice in the crock pot too. Usually I use my Instapot for that. Today we're going to try the crock pot and see how it works. But first thing I need to do is rinse out this rice. Let me bring you in a different angle so you can see what my hands are doing. All right, first things first, let's measure how much we have. I decided to go ahead and use the half cup rather than a full cup, so maybe I could get a more precise measurement. And that makes 1 cup, 1.5. Whoop, that's a little more than 2. Whoop, a little more than 2.5. Not quite 3 cups, I would say. So now what I want to do is I want to take this over to the sink, and I'm going to give it a real quick rinse, and I'll be right back. So now that this has been thoroughly rinsed, you can see I'm making quite the little mess. I'm going to go ahead and just dump this right on into my crock pot. And if I wanted to just make rice, all I would want to do is add in butter to flavor. I'd say maybe 3 tablespoons at least. And then I would add in double the amount of water. So we had almost 3 cups. So, maybe 5 cups of liquid is what we're going to need. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this stuff. So let's talk a little bit about this. It looks a little funky, right? But let me show you what this is. It's kind of gelatinous. This is good. This is like your chicken fat and bone broth and all the lovely, wonderful stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out as much of this stuff as I can. Let's see. Let's just get a little bit out of the way. We're starting to get chicken now. So we'll say we got about a half a cup in there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start digging out these chicken legs. I'm going to set them aside. See this beautiful gelatinous stuff underneath here? The top is the fat, so the green got fat. But it's good. It's because it's green because of the salad dressing that I had used. This isn't something you could can, but you can definitely use it to cook with. So with our clean hands, we're just going to dig out these chicken legs and kind of peel off as much as that fat. Now these legs had the skin on, so that's why they made such beautiful fat cap here for us. And the bone from the leg was in there when it cooked, so that's why we got that delicious gelatinous stuff. You got to be careful to make sure you watch for any bones. So that's another reason why you kind of want to get your hands up in this business, because you do not want to have bone in there. So see, now we have another half a cup. So there's a 1 cup. And let's see, I'll just keep working with this. Look at that. Oh my, look at that. That is beautiful. That's your Thanksgiving turkey gravy right there. This would make the best gravy if you saved this. So easily 1.5. I think we probably got enough here to call it 2 cups. Here we go. I'm just going to kind of work around this. Now, if you want to cook just rice, absolutely cook the rice. If you want to go to town and get yourself a rotisserie chicken, absolutely do the same thing and get yourself some chicken broth, and you can make it with that. Where was I? 2 cups. Okay, 2.5. We easily have our 3 cups of what will be liquid. Had I not done that, I would have added water, but I like to usually use broth when I cook my rice. This is going to liquefy and turn into broth. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the meat off of these legs, being careful, like I said, to watch for bones. There is one bone, this one right here, that's really sharp and dangerous, and you do not want that in your meal. So I'll just sit here, and because remember I said there was skin on, I will just make sure that I peel off this skin and don't include it. I'm going to work this over, and then I'll be back in just a minute to show you how we're going to cook this. Okay, we are ready we're going to add our chicken right on in there. Nice big chunks. They'll kind of break down as we stir, but just make them whatever size you want. And although that is going to make liquid as it warms up, I do want a little bit in the bottom of the pot, and we love mushrooms in with our rice and chicken. Whoops. And so I've got a couple of home canned mushrooms in their broth that I'm going to add, and we're just going to kind of stir all this together. I just want to make sure that all the liquid gets there. And now in a few hours, if I see that it is not enough liquid, or before I go to serve it, I feel like the rice is not done, what I'll do is I'll add more liquid, whether it be maybe milk to make it creamy or some broth to make it more soupy. That'll cook out just fine. So I'll put the lid on. I'm going to plug it in. That's always important. And we're going to cook this. I want it on low because we're going to be gone quite a bit today. And I'm going to go, whoops. That says 8 hours. I really think we'll be good at 6 hours. So we're going to do low at 6 hours. If you're doing just the rice, you can do it as quickly as like 2 to 3 hours, depending on the kind of rice on high. But I like to do, let's see, you want to do 2 to 4 hours on high, 4 to 6, maybe even 6 to 8 on low. So we're going to go ahead and let this go for 6 hours, and then we'll check back on it later. So there you go. As quick as that, I threw together a bunch of stuff that I had just laying around, and we're going to have supper tonight. Okay, typical Angie fashion. I just couldn't leave this like this. That rice on top, I'm afraid it's not going to get enough liquid. So I happen to have one of these quarts of broth left, of chicken broth, and I thought, you know what? If it's too liquidy, we'll have chicken and rice soup for supper. I would much rather have that happen than than the rice burn on the bottom, because I should have probably just warmed that gelatinous wonderful goodness better, but I don't know. We can always throw in a thickener if we want, but this will be kind of almost like not really a chicken and mushroom soup, but I guess it kind of could be. Kind of can't wait to find out what happens. But look at all those wonderful seasonings from the Green Goddess dressing. This is going to be good. Whatever it ends up being, it's going to be good. Okay, folks, it has been more than 6 hours. It's been about 6.5, so it's just been sitting on warm. Let's look and see what happened. And here it is. It is all fluffed up. Let's give it a stir. Oh my goodness. So glad that we went ahead and added that extra broth because it is definitely not soupy. Super hot. Go ahead and unplug that. It did burn a little bit on the edges, so we'll keep that part out. But look at this. And you know what? I'm going to give it a taste test, and we're going to see if this needs anything else. It's going to be really hot. I'm kind of thinking that cream of mushroom soup might be really good with this. Ooh, I don't want that big a bite. I want a little bit of everything, though. Ooh, hot. It's really, really, really good. I do think cream of mushroom soup would be good with this, and it exploded way bigger than I anticipated. So I think we're going to get a couple meals out of this. So we'll eat it like this tonight, maybe with some green beans. And here in a day or two, I'll use it as leftovers, and we'll add some cream of mushroom or cream of celery soup. Get another meal out of this. Guys, thanks for being here with me today as we experimented with the crock pot, using up those leftovers, because in this economy, there is no reason to waste. Bye for now. We will see you next time.